Okay, making sketchbooks. Now, I'm going to show you kind of with a variety of things. This is just white construction paper. It's a little bit thicker than computer paper, but it would probably be around the same thing. If you're doing it with a small piece, this is a 9 by 12, you're going to be painting two pieces, which is a front and a back, and then we'll staple them together. If you're using one of the student drawing papers, it's off my Amazon list, you're going to use one 12 by 18, and you're just painting just one side, one big piece of paper. If you are lucky enough to be able to purchase some watercolor paper, and this is actually just from the Walmart craft section, so this is a tad bit smaller, this is 11 by 15. You would just be painting one of these. It's going to be a different size, and your computer paper will still fit in the middle of it. So still you would only be painting one of them, only painting one side of this. This will hold a lot more paint and water than the other two, but the other two will work just fine. So I'm going to show you with the drawing paper. I will also show you how to put it together with all the other types of paper, but to start us off, that's what we're going to use. Now, paint. This is the Crayola washable paint. This is just a tempera paint from Target. When you're picking your colors, you want to make sure that you stick with your warm or cool colors. On the color wheel, your cool colors, purple, blue, and greens, are going to not mix together. They're going to stay the same. They won't turn into a muddy color. Your warm, red, pink, yellow, orange, these are your warm colors. They will not mix. But if you put your cool colors and your warm colors all on the paper when it's wet, it's going to turn to a muddy color. So there's a way to do this. By still using all the paints, it's just going to take more than one day of painting, if that's what you're looking for. So I'm going to start off with my warm colors. It doesn't matter what type of brush, big brush. I like brushes that are kind of old, and it doesn't matter if I mess the bristles up. And then you need water and your paper towel. So I'm going to start with the lightest color first, and I'm just going to paint some lines. And I'm looking for like an abstract, like the artist that we have learned about last week. And I just want to kind of highlight a bunch of color. I'm not even painting this whole paper yellow. I'm just kind of adding a base. I'm not even going to wash it off. I'm going to go to the next and just add with red. I'm not going to wash it off. I'm just go straight to my red. So I'm not painting all of it because I still want to show you using the other types of colors, and I want to use some paint pens and crowns on top. So I'm going to leave some space. Soak my brush. I'm going to close my paints up. I'm going to let this layer dry, and then we'll move on to the next layer. Okay, so I've let this layer dry. It's a little damp in some areas, but mostly the base color is dry. So I've changed to my cool colors, blue, warm, and green. And again, let's change this order. The blue is going to be the darkest, so I want to use that one last. So I'm going to get my purple. Again, just... That is how you can use your warm and your cool if you want to create the cover of your sketchbook. Now, please understand, you are picking what colors you want to create. You are putting them on the paper as you want to put them on the paper. Please do not feel like you have to copy me. If you're using watercolor, you're just doing the same technique. You're just going to have to wash your brush off, and yours is not going to be as dark as Miss Lawson's. So if you're using markers or crowns, you're just coloring them. It doesn't matter what order you put those on there. I'm going to let this layer dry, and then I'm going to show you adding some detail with my paint pens, my crowns, and markers. Okay, now the second layer of paint is dry, and I'm going to just add some details with, these are paint pens, which again, you don't have to have. They're just nice because they will dry quick. do a pattern. Like every time I see a red splotch, I'm going to take my blue and make some lines in it. Shapes as you want until you feel like you've got a good variety of creation on your sketchbook. So again, this layer, we'll let this layer dry completely, and then I'm going to show you what to do with putting it all together. What you'll need is a stapler and the inside paper. It can be computer paper, it can be notebook paper that you've got a stack of, anything that you can draw on, because we're not going to be painting in our sketchbook. This is just for sketching and drawing in, so it's not going to have any kind of water. So it can be notebook paper, computer paper, construction paper, anything that you like. If you're using the bigger paper, computer paper and notebook paper will fit in this, because we'll use this and fold it in half. If you're using the 2 pieces of construction paper, again, it's bigger than the other papers. So get what you need and then meet me back here and we're going to put all together.